Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome. I had to grab my earbuds. I forgot my earbuds. Welcome. So, today, fancy goldfish. What's not to love? Except that they'll go belly up on you if you look at them wrong. I'm pretty sure, not all fancy goldfish, but ranchu, lion chew, or randas, highly sensitive, ultra delicate, very sensitive. Tank parameters, water quality, stress, just insane. Now these guys are stressed. They came from California to New York. These two big fat ranchus. The one's starting up and down in the corner for some reason. He's actually has never done that yet. But I'm pretty sure they're stressed. I don't believe any of that's normal behavior. They're darting all over the tank. I've tried different temperatures. I've exhausted every test kit I have, tested my water. I'm completely out of test kits. I can't even afford to buy more because I've spent so much money on water test kits and shit and water conditioners thinking something's wrong that I have to stop. Yeah, they're acting like they're stressed to the max. Like, I was half expecting them to be belly up this morning. I was surprised to see he was still even alive this morning. I'm trying to feed them very little. I do feed them, but not like a ton, because what I found, I had gotten these little guys, which are randas, and I got 15 of them, and 5 were deformed. When you look at them, their tail's sitting up really high on the body. Here's a good example. He's back there. And I noticed that they weren't pooping right. All the other guys, as soon as they eat, they start pooping. These guys weren't. You could see their belly get all big and it would turn black, and you could see it was just full. And when they pooped, it was like a hair. It looked like a human hair. Where the other guys, their poop's pretty significant. And I had 3 or 4 just go belly up from eating. I was feeding them bloodworms and brine shrimp. Literally, they chowed down so fast, so much, they weren't even finished eating them. They went belly up and never recovered. I don't know, like constipation or something. I tried all kinds of shit, Epsom salt baths. I tried everything except for like surgery. A lot of people will do their own surgery. I didn't go that far. They were too small. They're too small to do that anyway. But I found that they will eat greens, and I've been feeding them peas, not the shell. They'll squish out the insides. They love them. They'll eat the crap out of peas and green beans. So now I'm doing 4 to 1. 4 greens, 4 veggies to 1 protein. Bloodworms, frozen brine shrimp. I even got live brine shrimp and frozen brine shrimp. But I'm feeding them mostly veggies, supplementing with some flakes and pellets, but trying to do 4 to 1. 4 veggies to 1 protein, basically, just like a little kid. They want the meat, they want the good stuff. They're never satisfied, it seems like, when they're eating peas and like green beans. It's like they're still hungry all the time, like they're acting now like they haven't eaten in a month. I've fed them like 3 times already today. And it's a lot of that's because I'm afraid that they're so sick that once they stop eating, you've got problems. These guys, they eat even when they're not doing that good. It's when they stop eating, it's all downhill. Once they stop eating, it's just a matter of time. Temperature, you go online, there's a pretty wide range of suggestions. They are goldfish. People say room temperature, you don't need a heater, but I don't believe that's true. These are from Asia, and they're all from very hot areas in the world: the Philippines, Thailand, Japan, China, But I've noticed myself that room temperature between like 73, 75, they were even more stressed than what they appear to be now, darting even worse, real fast, doing a lot of shaking, shimmying, a lot of weird stuff. Since I've been running at 78 to 80, they seem to calm down a little bit. The metabolism's higher, they're eating and pooping a little bit more, it seems, but they're a little calmer. Plus, they were like, there's another sign of stress. These guys are chasing everybody around, which is not normal behavior for ranchu to be bully-like. And they were going after all these little guys, but they've finally stopped. I think the temperature may have something to do with that. When they get stressed out, they start to get a little picky, little fin picky, nippy, they're nippy. And they're beautiful, I love them. And I keep getting heartbroken when they friggin' die. I haven't lost any of these ranchus yet. I hope I don't. They're ultra expensive. These are basically $100 a fish. So to be losing them like 2 or 3 a day, a couple here, a couple there, it's pretty shitty. The small ones aren't that much. They're expensive still, but not as expensive. Very poor swimmers too, so your filtration system, you really don't want a powerhouse of a filter because it's going to mess them up a little bit. They can't handle it. It's such poor swimmers that I tried even a small little filter, it was blowing the heck out of them. They have no decorations. They're very clumsy. They keep getting stuck in everything, so I'm worried about that. Not having gravel, I think, keeps the tank a little bit cleaner because I'll just do this every so often and get all the, just physically scoop up all the stuff floating around, leftover food, the poop strands, God knows what else. Where this would all end up in the gravel and you never see it, it would build up, and it's a lot. These goldfish are very, very messy. I think with gravel, you'd have your hands full with tank parameters, ammonium nitrate spikes. Even these bubblers, I've got them all turned down as low as they go. So I think it's just too much. Even that, even like halfway, I believe it's too much for them. So I've been running everything like extremely, like barely bubbling, which isn't helping the filtration system much, but I think it's easier on them. A lot of surface agitation is important. Try and get a lot of that without having a ton of current blowing them all over. This is a style of filter called a fluidized bed. And this is a lot like what they'll use in water treatment plants and stuff like that. It's one of the highest producing microbe filters you can get. Sometimes slow to get started, but once it gets started, it's supposed to be the best. They are delicate. It's heartbreaking when they die on you. And you get a lot of rejects and deformities, and you can tell by looking at them that their insides or internals and their digestive system isn't right. You can just tell. It's really weird. These guys even are so deformed, like the ones, even their gills were messed up. Like their gills were open, wide open with no gill covering on the bottoms, which is weird. The tail is up real high. If you look at the other ones, their tail's kind of centered. But if you look at some of them, this tail's up where it's like deformed. I've already lost 3 of them that were like that. I think it's because their digestive tract is messed up. They would eat and go belly up. And they will eat themselves to death. If you gave these enough food, they will eat until they are belly up. So you do have to be careful. I don't just go haywire and let them eat as much as they want. That could be part of why they're stressing. I do feed them a little bit often. Feed them 4 times a day, sometimes even more. Just a little, and I'm trying to do 4 to 1, 4 greens for every protein, basically. and substituting with some flakes and pellets, but trying to take it easy on the protein. And you want them to grow, so you want to give them the protein, and they love it. And you know, it's just, I think, too much for certain fish. Sometimes you can get away with it and feed them nothing but. I've had other goldfish, bubble eyes, and the black moors, and fed them nothing but brine shrimp, bloodworms, and they never had an issue. These guys are a little more delicate. They need a balanced diet. It's a must. It really is. I've learned from experience. They go belly up. It's super easy. If they eat too much protein, they get a little bit of constipation. They get the swim bladder. They'll still be alive for a while, but they're just upside down and they're not swimming. They stop swimming and they're just floating all over upside down. I've tried, you know, the saltwater baths, Epsom salt baths, dips. The only thing I didn't try is surgery. Like, a lot of people will actually perform surgery, but they're too small for that. Even to take a little tube and put it in their mouth to try and expel some air out of them, they're just too small. I think the big key is a lot of veggies. 4 to 1 is where I'm at with that. Temperature is kind of important. I'm trying to keep it between 78 and 80. Yeah, 79 and a half. I don't have a heater, which it's not that warm down here, so it's weird. I think between the air pump and these filters are adding a lot of heat. The light's almost never on. Usually I have the light a lot less up here, so it's not quite as bright on them if I do have it on, which I don't. I usually don't have it on for like an hour, so I try and not hammer them with the light. It seems like they do better when the lights are out. And I want to get them on a normal schedule too, where I have morning sun hitting them. It's supposed to help them go into breeding. They're way too young for that yet. But that cycle with the sun will help them when it is time. Something about the morning, that they like to breed in the morning, and that morning sun helps that. They're definitely pretty messy. A lot of pooping. Lots of poopers. I think they get hungry enough, they start eating it. They'll start eating it. I don't want that either. I've caught these big ones eating some good sized poops from the little guys. Ew. I don't know if they're just stupid. I think they're kind of dumb, maybe. Little doofy. Little doofy, but so I really don't have anything in here for them. No substrate, no decorations. Could be a part of the stress factor, I'm not sure. I'm afraid to touch them. Everybody online handles them, they pick them up, they're got them in their hands for like minutes. These guys are go belly up if I tried to grab them. I don't think I would even try it. I'm afraid to. I don't want to handle them. I think it'll kill them. I think that they'll die of fright. But anyway, I do believe they are probably the most delicate, sensitive fish in the hobby. Ranchu, goldfish, orandas, lion chews. Some of your other fancies are a lot harder. Even like your koi types, like your shabokins, your fantails, your bubble eyes, they're all so much hardier. There's something about these guys that they're just bred purely for short, fat, unhardiness. They're just not bred for hardiness in any way. It's a bummer. You have to be extra careful. I'm doing more worrying than I am enjoying these guys. That's kind of a bummer. You know, I'm supposed to be able to enjoy this, relax and enjoy them, but I'm like constantly worried. But I've burned through 150 tests, and now I'm out of them, so it is what it is now. But anyway, I've been doing a lot of water changes. I'm trying to cut back on doing like water changes twice a day. Not huge ones, but like 30% twice a day. So I ran out of conditioner. But yeah, I mean they're cool, but it's heartbreaking. It's all they really do is die on you. These big ones, I just have a bad feeling. They look like they're stressed. That's not normal behavior, I'm almost certain. And I keep checking the tank, and the tank was fine. But we'll see. I expected this morning I'd find one of them upside down, but they're hanging in there. The trip from California probably sucked. They seem more stressed out now than usual too. They usually aren't this. They look like they're starving. It's weird. They want that good stuff is what it is. They haven't had any protein in a day or so. It's been nothing but green beans and flake food. I don't think they dig that. You know what I mean? They act like they're starving. I don't know. Well, thanks for hanging out. Have a great day. Bye-bye.